Hey people, it's me. I think it's about time I made an intro, so here goes. On my channel, I talk about being black and managing mental health, so I'm just going to walk you through my personal journey so you can fully understand my passion. I've been like this ever since I can remember. Sometimes I'm vocal, sometimes I'm not. One of my high school teachers finally noticed some potential underneath it all and decided to help me hone into it. The only problem is, men started seeing it too. Insert ex-husbands. We were great initially. He was providing. I started getting more attention. He didn't handle it well. I had a little fun modeling in college. But after studying, I wanted us to have fun. College parties were supposed to be for networking and having fun. But those dudes in the back right there, yep, he wanted them gone. So I'm not the registrar, so I didn't know what he wanted me to do about it. I read some books or whatever. Figured out that maybe womanhood is the answer. I told myself I'd give it a shot. I cooked other things. Then I cut my hair short for transformative purposes. Fought off thoughts, wished people would, and I was very proud of myself. Until he felt like this was a problem. We disagreed, so I had to remind him what vows are for.
I didn't say sell me. I said give.
Anyway, I went to hang out with the girls, get back to the boss me we all know and love, question myself. Then I got into some musical endeavors. I had a little trouble finding my niche, but the fast life got boring, so okay, so what next? It's going through the motions, just being there, but over it. Insert baby daddy. I was cynical, but I went for it. Why not? Yeah, then I regretted it. Started my natural hair and nail journey. Now I'm just out here trying to avoid poverty, giving advice, saving money, devoting my time to being black, elevating my career, missing my bestie, eating right now, arguing with certain chicks, trying to make this lady happy so I can glow again. To be continued. Well, everybody, thank y'all for showing up, being in the building. Today I'm going to be talking with Lord International, okay? And hopefully we're going to be finding out how he got that name, what it means, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about his lifestyle and how we can get there one day as well. So, let's talk. We're getting ready to have a very high-end discussion. This is going to be about travel, doing it correctly. And, one of the good things about Black people going off into the world is that hopefully when they come back, they will have something that they can talk to us about. We can learn through them. And then eventually, we can pick out what it is that we need to do with our life. So he's one of the pioneers in traveling. You're the first person I saw in this space that was talking about travel. I know there are other people that are talking about it, but you're one of the first people that I saw that talked about it. So, Rollo, anything you want to say to the people before we get started?
What's going on, everybody? Good to see everybody in the chat. See some old familiar faces. And I knew Sister Topaz was in the industry. Good to see her premiere.
Right? Have you ever seen that video before? Like, have you ever been in here?
That's my first time seeing it, but I knew you was in the industry and you was at a premiere at a Houston Rockets party, I was told. So I'm not surprised.
Now, wait a minute. Now, Rollo, at some point, you got to tell me that story because I don't know. I mean, I've been to stuff, but I don't know if I was ever at a rocket. Who knows? I don't know. Just we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, so now I wanted to do this stream because in case y'all don't know, and Rollo, can you type in a chat so I can make sure you have a mod stick?
Okay, give me a second because I gotta
Okay.
go. I'm on my phone. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I want Rollo to drop the link to the interview that I did on his channel because Rollo does a lot of professional, in my opinion, interviews with people. He had me and Third and Brandon over there for the Record TV. He had Third Ward over there on his own, who is also now beginning to be a content creator, right? Then he had me over there. We were talking about why Black people leave things in the past. So Rollo has been in this space. He has been paying attention to what. Okay, I'm adding you as a moderator right now. He has been paying attention to what people have been saying, and he doesn't just do the normal thing like go back to his channel and complain. He goes back to his channel and then he gives you the ability to expound on what it is that he heard, certain positions that you may have. He gives you a chance to be able to explain it thoroughly, and he asks the real questions that people would want to know if they were truly paying attention. So what I want us to do, like, let's get to know Rollo, and then we're going to talk about how you came about to be Lord International, what places you've been to, and what, basically we're going to get into it. Okay, so first of all,
Give
Rollo,
me
what do you
give me
think?
2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes so I could put the link for y'all for the people to see it, and then you could pin it.
Okay. So while you're doing that, Rollo, can you tell us a little bit about you? Who is the man behind Lord International?
Well, I started a channel back in 2013. It was a Wait the Hell Up 7-1. This is the Wait the Hell Up 7 Part 2. And then I had a channel called The Rollo Show channel. So basically, I started doing shows based on life and how to conduct yourself as a person of business. And at the
Mm-hmm.
time I started, and I was in the warehouse, being a regular person of a worker. But I started to
Mm-hmm.
see YouTube back in 2008. But I started doing YouTube videos in 2013. I said, you know what? Let me get on this public platform. Mad Voodoo Man showed me how to, get a channel, how to upload, and how to, get an account. And so I just started talking regular stuff. And at the time, I was in the industry covering the Brooklyn Nets. So I said, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I used the Rollo Show channel for. The Wait the Hell Up 7 was more of the raw talk, what's going on in the workplace, business. But the Rollo Show was a sports channel. Like, many people talk about sports and they got some good channels with sports. I was actually in the arena. I was sitting close to the players when they
Mm.
opened up the Brooklyn Nets. And I got to interact with some of the players, interact with the fans, show them the good side of me, the crazy side of me, the wild side, the entertainment side. And then I got to meet people in the industry.
Okay, so so basically you had a channel devoted to each one of your different sides.
Correct.
Okay. Well, that sounds like what we would get out of a lot of men. So, what do you were the how were those channels? Because I didn't get to see those. The only channel that I got to see was the Rollo Show. I just got here to YouTube. I'm a little late. I just got here in 2019.
When I started in 2013, it was different than it is now, but you had to really draw a lot of people. So when I started my channel, I had 11 subscribers for about a good 2-3 months. It's when I started talking about the traveling in 2014 on that channel because that's when I went back to Jamaica. The first time I was in Jamaica was 2009. And then when I
Mm-hmm.
got back to 2014, because at the time, that's when I met my wife that was Indian Jamaican. Her mom's is Jamaican, her father's Indian. So
Mm.
she comes from the country. I met her at the airport. So we was together. So I went with her. she was the one who told me, and one of my friends told me, he said, "You've been here too long, man. You ever thought about going somewhere?" So she was like, "Hey, let's go to my country." I was like, "Hell yeah!" And then I ain't looked back since then.
So you went with her, and then you got a taste for it, and you just ain't been able to sit in one place since, right, Rollo?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, okay. So you know what? That sounds like a very reputable reason to start traveling. So now let me ask you, do you feel like it's something, is this something you would tell other people to do? Is this something that you would say improves your life, or is it just something that just is fun?
I will say for the first time to travel, get to know the culture, get to know the language, and get to know the dialogue you're getting yourself involved in before you go to the place. Don't even
Okay.
think about the woman first and foremost. Now, if you're a guy that want to meet women and want to talk to women, back then there was no Tinder. There was some other sites. So back then for me, it was a lot more easier because my lady put me on, and then I got introduced to her family, got introduced to the culture. But in this day of time, there's a Tinder, there's Bumblebee, there's different sites. Most of the women's there is established. Now you got to be mindful of the pros, but there's some established women's on there. You just got to know by discernment. You got to put them to a test. It's like you put a woman in America through a test.
Right.
But if you want to go there, not for that, you want to go there to have fun and learn the culture, learn the language, then get yourself acquainted with the barriers. Look at what's going on, the good and the bad, what to bring, what not to bring. Because as a first person going into another country, customs never seen you before. So now, because we're in a epidemic, pandemic, whatever you want to call it, you have to come with more paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot more that comes to it. You got to take the CPR test. And when you get there, you have to show the information. And then they're going to ask you certain questions. How long you going to be there? What's the reason for your stay? Do you have anything they need to know that's coming through the country? All these things are going to come up. So you can't be nervous. You have to look the part. You got to look like you know what you're talking about. You have to make sure you have all the proper documents, information correct.
So it sounds like you can't put down on the paper, listen, like what's the reason for your travel? You can't put down an answer because black women getting on my nerves, so I want to go meet some other submissive women. That's not a good answer, right?
No.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought I heard, but I just wanted to make sure, right? And that was my point, is that if you're traveling, hopefully you are being engrossed in the culture, the language, the literature, because there is a whole lot of things that are in these other countries. It's a whole lifestyle that I can't imagine. Like, if you can't date anybody in that lifestyle if you don't understand it. You're not, well, you can't do it successfully. And Maddie Ghost here says, no, I don't recommend travel for dudes that want to make it rain. Don't do that unless you want to get robbed. Yeah, because why else would somebody, what else would somebody do if they see you coming in their country, you making it rain, and then you're sitting there talking about how you can't go back home and you're so much better than the people that you are in there making it rain on. So, I mean, I just don't get it, but yeah. Okay.
The link is there, Sister Topaz. So you could I'm trying to do it again, put our name on it so they know it is yours. But for whatever
Right.
reason my phone is acting up. Hold on.
Yeah, mine was acting up a few seconds ago, but I finally got a chance to pin it. I've been sitting here trying to pin it, but it's pinned. So that is the first
Okay.
interview that I did with Rollo on his channel. Hopefully, y'all can share and subscribe and give the video some likes because I think it was something interesting that we talked about on there, right? And so hopefully this is number 2. So okay, so we got free band gangs. Rollo, the interview you did with Topaz was great, fam. Respect. Yeah, no, Rollo does amazing interviews. He has real questions that he thought out. He has real reasons and purposes for the stream. It's not just him going live just because he can. Let me ask you this. If you had to describe your channel overall, like the interviews that you pick, the topics that you discuss in these live streams, what's the end goal? If somebody were to sit down and watch all of them, what are you hoping that they get? What's the message?
I want the people to be more observate than they are now.
Mm-hmm.
Observation. Because when I was young, I started seeing things earlier, and I've been through so much in my life that it taught me how to be more paying attention to certain details, like little things, because the little things is going to get you far. You could be a big person, you could make a lot of things happening for you, but if you don't pay attention to small detail, how you going to be able to deal with the actual detail?
Mm.
So the experience of traveling has enhanced me more to deal with people here and anywhere else almost in the world.
Okay. Okay, so now you know what? That's a question that I didn't have on the list. And also you answered one of my questions, earlier. I was like, do you ever get homesick? Do you ever feel like it's better for you just to like, chill on the traveling? You answered that already. So a new question I have, you know, let's just go ahead and get into it, right? So can you tell us what is some of your favorite places to travel to and why?
It will always be Jamaica, but I've been
Yeah,
to
you
Costa
talk about
Rica.
Jamaica a lot. I get that.
Right. I've been to Costa Rica in terms of work related, and I've been to Sao Paulo, Brazil in terms of work related for the airport because I was in charge of maintenance. And they had me flying to those places to help put stuff together because I know how to put certain things together. And they paid for my time, but I was mostly in the airport. I wasn't like seeing the place.
Hmm.
And I just want to go there now just to see what it's like in those places, which I will do in due time. And I'm looking to Colombia, but I definitely want to go to the other side of the continent. Most of the ladies that I was dealing with that was Latino, African. I had two African ladies that came to see me from Africa, came to New York. I had one Venezuela lady come see me. The brothers know. Maddie knows. That's my brother right there. He knows. The
Hmm.
brothers in the traveling group I deal with know. They came to see me because at the time I was having my own business. And when you have your own business, the valet business that I had, the managers I had, I couldn't leave them and just let them run my business to the ground. So
Right.
I had to stay. So I would have the ladies come see me, and work with me and stuff like that, see how I work and stuff like that, how I operated. So I had a good time, but I would love to go to their country. I'm not with them, but I would love to go visit their country because they brought so much joy, a difference. The culture brings a difference because we are the oyster of the land, according to the
Hmm.
Bible. So if the Lord created this for us, why not, dip and dap it to see what it's really about, not what's on the news. When we was
Exactly.
coming up as a people, the news tell us don't go to these places, but they was going to these places. Them same people that told us not to go, they go to this day. So when I go on the plane, I see only one or two brothers that's from here. The rest is for people from other places, Asian, Caucasian, England, where they not going anywhere now. Nobody want to deal with them. They travel every month. Then they have their children when they get older. They allow them to travel from country to country to conquer. So why are we going to sit here and just be like, okay, we here and that's it? That's how you die faster when you just know here.
Hmm.
That's the same with people that's from other countries. They feel like they dead when they just know one place.
Right.
The only
Well,
difference is when I go there, I've been culture for most of my life. Have I dip and dab in Babylon? Yes, I have. But I don't
yeah.
let it get to me fully to whereas most people is so still on it. That's the difference. Yes, I was born here, but I don't act like I'm from here. I had a brother named Rico who's Puerto Rican. He told me 22 years ago, it would be 22 years ago. He said, You're not an ordinary black person. The way you, at that time, I'm just young. He telling me this. That's what most people from other parts of the world see me as. They say you're not an ordinary person. Something about you is different than an average person I come across and talk with. So then I knew that I was not meant to be here to represent here. I was supposed to represent the world for the Most High, not just
Mm.
one place.
And that's actually what I was getting ready to ask you is, do you feel like there's anything you learned by growing up here in the US that you take with you to travel that is a good thing, or things that you had to overcome when traveling that you learned here that was not so helpful?
What I learned about this place is only for commerce and business. It's not meant for relationships. And I knew that
Mm.
at the age of 13, 14.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I was doing my thing and I don't have no issues with the women here. But you got to remember, Topaz, I live in a city in New York that's mostly international. Now, Houston is becoming more international, like I was telling D. Durrell. Now
Right.
you guys are starting to see more international, but New York always been international. So I grew
Right.
up in it. My godparents is Jamaican. I have Jamaican from my father's side. My mom's is from here, but my grandfather is from Trinali. I did my own research because my father never talked about his father. I had to do my own because I have more of his roots than my father. I love him, but it's just I have more of the international way of doing things than American ways of doing things.
So you kind of feel like this was always meant for your life, is for you to be a traveler.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So now we talked about some of your favorite places to visit and why. Can you talk to us about what's the most interesting place that you've been to, where you felt like you had the most to learn?
Only I know is Jamaica because, like I said, I've been to two other places and it was just for business and that's it. I didn't get to see the culture. I didn't get to, the food was good, but I didn't get to see the landscape. So I can only speak about Jamaica the most because that's where I've been to the most.
Okay, well, have you looked up other places that you are going to put on the list that you feel
Yeah,
like
I
are going
want
to
to go
be?
to
Okay,
Brazil. I
so
want to go to
what
Brazil.
piques your interest?
I want to go to Brazil because I want to see the Water Land. I want to see the nice food they talking about, the brothers be telling me about. And that's basically about it. If a lady happens to get involved, it comes. But I'm not going to look for a woman in that particular place. I'm just going to go there for the fun, the food, and the beats. I love the beats. I love the Brazilian beats. And then they got a karate cast that I'm into. They know how to really fight. And I
Mm.
want to learn that when I get down there.
Oh, okay. So when you do visit Brazil, are you how long are you planning on staying like vacation length, or are you planning on like living there for like a year or two
No,
and then?
I already got a place almost done in Jamaica.
Okay. So you're gonna move to Jamaica. You're going to live from Jamaica.
Yeah, real soon.
Okay. Well, you got to update us on when you get out there so we can see what it's like. That something that I think will be interesting. A lot of people will want to tune into, and you get to bring it to us. You know, you get to bring it to us.
But let me just say this. I love different varieties of food. The air. The air is what makes me even want to go there more because we don't have that much good air here no more in the States. When you go to Jamaica, the water, they have one of the best waters.
Mm-hmm.
And the food, it's like it's sexual appetite because here the food is so. But when you go there, you feel rejuvenated. If you look at most, Jamaican movies or Jamaican shows, you see some of the older guys, the Rastafaris, they look better than most of our elderlies over here of the men.
Mm.
A lot more younger, a lot more energetic. Some of the 60s and 70-year-olds here, you got guys our age, Topaz, looking like they can't walk no more.
Yeah.
So when you go there, you feel like you at home. It's something about them knowing that we are missing out on opportunities to connect with our other half of our people. They watch us here. They know about our suffering. They know about what we go through because they got family members over here finally telling them how America really operates. It's not what they was told. The lies that they told the people here. You go here, you disrespect the blacks, you do this, you do that. But now they starting to see that they ain't no different than us when they get here. And a lot of them want to go back home now.
So are you saying that if like when you're black and you're traveling to Jamaica, that you're going to feel less of the same, the same negativity that we feel here? It's going to be lifted. It's not the same.
I'm not going to say it's going to be always a good time because they have their problems just like we have our problems in our community. The only difference is you're going to be more welcome, not because you're an American person, because you are legit. You have to be legit. They don't just allow anybody in a home just like that.
Mm-hmm.
They have to really know you before they even allow you to be introduced to certain people. That's how most of them operate. It took me a while. It took a few years before they started letting me see other situations that I'm predicated to now. Especially the last time I was there, the whole airport, sis, was like,
Mm-hmm.
why are you going back to America? This is your home. This is what the ladies were saying. Some of the guys were saying in the airport. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you've been here for a certain amount of days. You coming back soon. When you come back soon, you ain't probably coming back. Meaning they want me to stay. So I have Montego Bay knows me very well in Jamaica. They know me very well, and I always go through that airport. So when people start knowing about you and they don't see you for a while, and you come back, it's like I'm home. I arrive. And when you get that happening, there's no turning back. It's like the guy that was running, Jesse Owens. He said
Mm-hmm.
Germany loved him more than the people in Chicago loved him. And at that time, they was dealing with hostility. They didn't want no so-called black folks running. But what happened? He found a home there.
Right. Okay, so let's talk adjustment, right? So when you get to Jamaica, what is something that they're more strict on than we are here?
First and foremost, they don't tolerate BS.
Mm-hmm.
They will let you know about yourself.
So
Now, go
for
ahead.
the people that may not know, what exactly do they consider to be BS?
You can't run a game on them that they already know about because they're
Mm-hmm.
good at running games on people. Let me give you a case in point.
Okay.
So when you go there, if you're not looking for trouble, trouble won't come for you. They love to talk. They love to chat a lot. So if you're not a person that don't like to talk, just say hello, kind of keep the conversation going to a minimum, but don't be rude because they will cuss you out in patois. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Now, what is something that they are more lenient on there than here?
They just want you to be yourself and don't bring that American mind state over there because they're already pretty cute to it. They deal with all types of people. But if they're a person that really into you, don't bring what you're doing over here over there. That's going to be a problem. I don't
Okay,
bring
so
the New York mentality over there. I bring my awareness mentality over there, but I don't bring the mentality I do here over there. What I do there is what I'm predicated to doing there because I'm already used to it over there.
so basically, when you go over there, I mean, you can't be like extra proud or telling people, "Hey, I'm from the U.S. I'm from New York," like that
It's not
means
that
something.
they because they already know you from there. They never seen you before. They know where people from. For the most part, they know because the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you socialize, they're gonna know you from another country. That's why it's important to speak the language and speak a dialect.
Mm-hmm.
Or it has to be in you, not on you. They're gonna know you from another country, and they may, try to see where your mind at, because they will try you. They will try you. Just like anywhere you go, like I go to Houston. People gonna try me because they never seen me before. But as long as I keep my awareness and stay on my square, they be like, hey, we're gonna just leave that person alone. Let them do what they gotta do. They're not looking for trouble. That's it.
Right. So now, Rollo, you had a question from the chat. Montego Bay or Ocho Rios? Which do
Ultra
you
Rios, I love Ultra Rios. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. I get in a lot of trouble in both places.
prefer? Now, really,
Oh,
Rollo in trouble? Okay, why you out there acting up on them good people soil like that, Rollo? Why
I'm
you can't
talking
just
about
sit
good
down?
trouble. Oh Lord have mercy. Listen, sis, when I was there the last time, I don't know if you've seen the video, but I had my lady and the Jamaican actress,
You know what?
and
Didn't we see? I don't know. I think I did, but I'll look.
yeah, but I don't have the video taken down. I was on the Rollo show. But when the live got cut off, that same time it was a woman that was working at the desk, right? And she knew
Hmm.
my ex. And she had that look like she wanted to get at me. Like, let me tell you guys something. When you have a certain amount of Jamaican women, they gonna let you know they want you right in front of your woman. They bold
See,
like that. They bold. They are
yeah,
bold.
see, mm-mm,
Now,
mm-mm.
I can't speak for women from other parts, but Jamaican women, when they see somebody they into, you could be the baddest female. They don't care. They want you to know that they there. And they gonna try to see if they could get you. That's just the way they is. Like sisters do it here, but they do it quietly. They do it as sneaky, but they're not sneaky about it for the most part over there.
Okay, so Rollo, why do you think that is? Why are they just that bold? Why would they, just do that in front of your woman? Because let's say that it's not a U.S. woman. What if it's another Jamaican woman that you with, and they just like in front of her being extra disrespectful? Why is that a thing?
Because if you're a man that has high perspective, they just want to know. They just have to know. And it's not like they're going to try to fight the woman or get at the woman that you with. They just want to know, who is this guy?
Hmm.
Where's he coming from?
Why they can't just sit down and have a conversation? Like you can ask somebody who is this guy without
Oh,
being
they
like, I
talk to
want
me.
you. How
They
you gonna
talk to
want
me.
somebody you don't even know?
They talk to me, but you got to remember it's an energy thing. And I bring
Yeah.
a certain energy.
Hmm.
Well,
I
let
hear
me
you,
just say
Rollo.
this so fast. When I with any woman, it could be a friend. Woman gonna stare and see who you are. That's just what it is. It's something about me. They gotta know why you with me. And we're not even together. They just gotta know. This is a case in point when I was chilling with Naima. Her friends had to know who I was. They had to know. Right in front of her. They had to know. I'm not
Mm.
making this up. They had to know.
No, I believe you're not making it up. I'm just like, why do it always have to be like this? Why you
Because
if
I
you
guess
gotta
I'm a
know something, just
sexual
ask a
catch.
question. Use your words. Somebody's coming up to nobody like nobody to ask you what you wanted. Just ask a question.
But
But
you
you
gotta
all right,
remember
I hear
to
you,
you gotta
Bravo.
remember, Topaz, I'm a sexual catch to most women. Not all, but most.
That ain't even like look, Rallo, that's not what it's about. It ain't got nothing to do with you being a sexual catch, all right? It's about why you can't just sit down and ask a question. But okay, I get you. That's something you gotta understand when you go to Jamaica. You just gotta know that that's gonna
It's
happen
it's a
and you can't
it's
be
a
all
lovely
worried and
place.
weird
It's
about
a
it.
lovely place. It's a lovely place. It brings out the other side of people that hold themselves here in America. People hold themselves to be at their highest peak. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It
No,
it
I
takes a
get you.
lot to get a person to do something that you are privy to you want to do. Over there, if they want you, they're gonna let you know they want you. They're not gonna hold it in and wait 2 to 3 years. Oh, now they see you with
Wait,
somebody else.
hold
Oh,
on,
I'm
Rollo. Who
interested in
said it
you.
got to be 2 to 3 years? How about just wait until like you see him by himself tomorrow? Why everything is so it's free over there and it's exaggerated over there.
No,
Everything
not they don't
exaggerated.
do that for everybody though. Hold on. They don't do that for everybody. Like I said, they only do that for certain guys that they consider
Right.
they into. But if they're not into the guy, they're not gonna do that. I have seen guys get cursed out when they try to talk to a certain woman. I have seen that. So it's not for everybody. It just so happens to be me. When I talk with them, they into me. But if they're not into the guy,
Mhm.
they're gonna say, "All right, blood clot, fuck off, suck
Well,
your
that's kind
mother."
of blunt.
Yeah, they'll
Okay,
tell you that.
so here's what I'm getting, right? So the energy over there is it's very blunt. You don't hold things in. You just put it out there. It is what it is. You say it, and you don't beat around the bush with stuff.
No, you don't. They
Okay.
don't like you when you be on that fake trying to get with them. They already know you want to fuck. So that's what in patois. They know you want to fuck. So they know you want to fuck. So why you gonna be also? Oh, I just want to get you. Nah, they know you want to hit that. Stop it. Just let them know what time it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. They don't
Well,
want to
okay.
play that. It's not.
So
That's why
Ronald,
you don't
oh,
need no
go ahead.
game in another country. You just gotta observe who you're talking with.
Okay. So now, Rollo, so what is it like over there on a day-to-day thing, right? Um, like, okay, first of all, what are the major jobs that you can expect? Something that they are really looking for, something that you would be able to be successful in doing career-wise if you were in.
I will say this. If you're looking for work, you better have your own business because the average person makes about anywhere from 250 to 300 a month, and I think the police officers make about 400 to 500 a month. But if you're a nurse, you probably make about 700 800 a month. So it's
This
best
is
to have
in
your own
U.S.
business.
dollars. That's how much you would
Yeah, U.S.
translate to over
dollars.
here.
Yeah, U.S. dollars. Yeah, in U.S. dollars. If you work
So
for the government, it's about maybe 1,000 to 1,100 a month. Compared to here, they get more than that. So it's best to have your own business. Like get
wait, so
something
the
like
cost of
food.
living over there is less than here.
Yeah, cost of living. If you get your like when I get my house set up, all I gotta pay is 150 to 200 a month. That's it.
Hmm. So if I got my own business and I'm making US dollars, I could pretty much, just that. Oh, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
you can get a nice house. Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
only you gotta pay is 200 300 a month, depending on the area you're living at. Yeah.
Okay, so what would a day be like? So you got your job or whatever, you got your house. What's a day like? What do you do for fun? What's available?
They
Because
have
all
fun
we
at
ever
work.
hear about in
They be
Jamaica is
having fun at
partying.
work. Oh, we're gonna get to the party in a minute. But in terms of the workplace, because I've been to a few of them with my
Hmm.
ladies, I seen well, one of my ladies got her own cab business, but the other one's got their own little thing going on. One is going to school. But when I went into the workplaces, they pretty much have fun. The
Hmm.
restaurants, they pretty much talk. Time goes fast. I mean, the hotels now. If you could get a nice hotel, oh, they making a killer. Some of the workers make decent money, especially the bartenders and stuff. They make okay money. But what I notice is they work together. So they put their little money together and start having their own thing. There's a guy, he's about 23, 24. He got like 8 places in Kingston, you know.
Hmm.
Shout out to the young ones. Most of the young ones over there is really more entrepreneurs than the older ones. For the most part, they more entrepreneurs than young ones. The
Okay.
parties, Topaz, they will love you over there. They will
Okay, how
have
come? Why you
you.
say
They
that?
will have you jumping on up and down. Ain't gonna be no two-step over here. They go in. Like I seen women jump on the dude's thing, like up and down, and you like, and then and when they dance on you, they grind on you, they go in. It's like sexual. It's very
Yeah.
sexual.
Okay, so I've been seeing that like on TV when they show the parties and stuff. I was wondering why. Like why they just seemed like it hurt. It looked like it hurt. I don't know.
And I'm gonna tell you something. It has happened to me every time I've been down there. So let's say I go somewhere by myself, my brethrens, they busy, whatever. I had women approach me and grab my crock. For real. They do that.
Wow,
They
so
into
they
that.
Super Bowl. They just do it.
Yeah, they grab it. They grab it. Yeah. They grab men's crocs over there. Yep.
So this is the thing that is like okay, the men are cool
No,
with
it's
this.
traditional. Yeah, it's traditional. It's traditional. Yep.
Yeah, see, I mean, this all sounds amazing. I just want less touching.
Uh, Queen of Soul, yes, I have. I watched it. I didn't get involved. I watched it because I was dealing with this model at the time, and she persecuted me to the place, and I lost my freaking mind. It was off the chain. Oh my goodness.
See, because you having way too
Oh.
much fun, Rollo. You need to sit down somewhere and stop letting people grab your crotch when you walking through buildings and whatnot in Jamaica. Is that why you going, Rollo? You just want you want to
No,
spend
I just go to
all
have a good time, but it's story time because I know it's going. I know you're gonna ask me these type of questions. This happens to me. It's just they when they like what they see, they gonna try to go for it, and it's up to me if I want to go in or not. I make the decision.
time? I hear you. I hear you. Um, Rollo, see, I was with you up into the whole like all of this extra touching, but I
But
know I
that's
get it.
that's
Like
what
it's
the women do. But the guys, listen, they'll talk you to death. If they really into you, they'll talk you to death. And from what I've seen from the woman's standpoint, the American women that go down here, some of them probably have a man, some of them don't. And they know how to finesse most of the women's here. They do. I seen it. I was in the Western Union line when I had to get some extra money. The brothers,
mm-hmm,
because I had a certain card, I couldn't get the money out the bank. And
mm-hmm,
so I had brothers send me money through Western Union. And some of them be finessing the women's here. They know how to finesse for real, most of them. And some of the women do too. So you have to be mindful of that. That's why I say you have to learn the language, learn the culture, because not everybody has your best interest, but the place is one of the most beautiful places I ever been to. It's like heaven, especially if you go to the Grill Beach. Oh, Topaz, you'll lose your mind. Your toes will be twinkling. Okay.
well, so this what I hear. I hear it's very welcoming as long as you go there with a sense of respect. You also have to make sure you still have a sense of awareness.
Right.
Understanding that they are a lot more blunt and straightforward. So if you not, you better get that way. You better get that way, and then like be capable of doing that because the things that here's the thing from being in the South, right? There's a certain respect that is considered when you bite your tongue on certain things. Over there, that's not what they consider to be respect, right? They want you to just say it.
Yeah, you gotta be a man. And if the man see when the Jamaican man approach you, he might say, "Hey, what going on with your girl?" Man, like
Hmm.
what me see now. What y'all fussing about for? What y'all fussing with me for? What like what me you see? So you may not know what that means. That means like he's trying to get your attention. Most of them have a hard time of rejection, but some of them they like, all right, whatever. So I had a situation where the woman was like, "Hey, what going on?" I said, "What you want?" She like, "What you mean? What's wrong with you?" I said, "Let me tell you something. I got somebody to go see right now. What you want?" She like, "Child." I said, "What you childing for? You don't talk to me
So
like that."
you have to learn the dialect. You're practicing this like you're learning, and also you have to learn the colloquialisms of that language.
Yeah, you better know. You better know because they may be talking about you or something about you that at that particular time. But when they know you know the language, they like, all right, we're gonna leave this person alone.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So you know what, Rollo? I don't know if you have enough time left or whatnot, but I wanted to open up the panel so that if
Yeah,
anybody
let the ladies come on in. Yeah.
look at you already. See, you fitting in. You already living in mentally in Jamaica. You just the more ladies, the merrier. You know. All right, Rollo, we got you. We know.
Okay.
We see you. Right. So I put the link in the chat. Y'all want to come up, ask any questions? Y'all want to share experiences? If you've had any travel to Jamaica, or if you've had any travel to other countries, and you want to come up here and talk about that, go
I
ahead, hit
want
the
Queen
link.
of the Soft. I want Queen of the Soft to come on because she said she been there before. I want to talk to her thick rabbit behind self.
Oh, look at you. So you've seen Queen of the South. You was on the panel with her. Me
I
going.
never been on the panel with her, but I mean, I want to talk. Me want to talk to her.
So what does this mean, Rollo? What is she saying to you right now?
She's coming up the platform.
Okay. Okay, and I think I haven't seen Queen of the South on any panels, so this will be a Topaz Presents exclusive. Queen of the South on the panel. That'll be amazing.
Oh, she knows too much. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh yeah,
She
see,
said,
Rollo, we already heard. We know. All right, we already heard
yeah.
that. Everybody knows that right now because all your stories
Oh.
end with you having a bunch of women in some when you somewhere and just having a bunch of women around you. So we know, Rollo.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I was talking about that earlier. I just love having conversation, with different women. I love talking to them. No, come on the panel. You don't be shy with me, woman. Don't be shy with me. I want to talk to you with your reverend self. Come on the panel now. Speak that
Mm,
patois to me in person. You say you come on one day? All right, all right, all right.
right. So yeah, I haven't seen her on the panel, so everybody's still waiting. We still, she has a lot of great things to put into the chat, so I think that'll be a good thing one day.
This is your
Now,
first
I
time
personally
seeing her, or she
look
comes here
at
she
look
comes
at
here
Quinn. Yes, because
periodically.
we have been talking about choosing better men, and this is one of them. You need a man with a worldly attitude because guess what? If you dealing with a lot of little nitpicky stuff, that's when you know the man needs to get out some. He needs to get out the house sometime.
Let me tell
So
you
yeah,
something. That's why I said. Let me tell you. Let me tell you before when you go to the thing and you get in that nice water, you're gonna be twinkling yourself. I'm gonna tell you.
you know
I'm gonna tell
what?
you
I'm
so
gonna make
fast.
it down there one day because you make it sound amazing. I just got to learn all of the stuff before I get down there. I know what to expect.
Listen, you're gonna be glowing. You're gonna be glowing, woman.
No, Queen of the South, and I know that, and I knew it. That's why, I'm just asking these questions. I'm being real
Well, so
professional because I'm not trying to get
I'm a
macked
player.
on 'cause I got
So a
stuff to
player.
do, Rollo. I don't have time
She's
for that.
saying I'm a bad person now. She said I'm a bad person, being
No,
a
I did
player.
not say that. I did not say he's a bad person. I just say I can't. I got stuff to do. I can't be macked on all day. I got to do some stuff tomorrow. I can't just sit here and be macked. You know.
But you know what? Well, me glad she's saying that, because I'm an honest person. Me love having many women,
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
love
See,
having many women. Me don't stay with one woman, Me don't.
see, Rollo, and I'm not gonna be able to look. I can't do all that. I am selfish. I don't share well. Not gonna do all that. All right. So, but I can respect your lifestyle, and I get that. And I feel like what we need to know that this exists and you live in your life.
But that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
y'all
Cause
can
she,
hit the cash app. This is some good information. Go ahead, Rollo.
yeah, but like I said, I like her energy. I mean, she's saying that Rollo has wine and dine women all over. Yeah, me take care of my lady. That's one thing about me. I love them looking good in a nice skirt. They got that nice plump going on, and I'll be smacking that booty. Yeah, me
Yeah,
do.
see, how do it always end this way with y'all? Whenever I talk to one of y'all on one of these panels, it always ends this way.
Because I can't speak for the other guys. I only could speak for myself. I like when I see, and I go for it. That's it. That's just what I do.
All right. So you already getting into the thought process of being over there where you just holler stuff out, you just extra blunt.
I don't really have to put in as much work because it's just my way of doing things. I just have the flavor in me, and they just love my energy. When they love your energy, and you're honest with them and straightforward with them, everything falls into place. I put it to you like this, Topaz.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I get it. Most women want you for themselves, but over there, they put me on to their friend just because I don't even have to ask them to do it. It's just in me. They know, well, I don't really want him to get with somebody else outside of me. So let me bring a friend that I know that could be a sister wife type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Most High made more women and a certain amount of men to have a certain amount of women.
Oh, okay.
See,
Okay,
she said, you see what she says?
where Queen of the South,
There you
Rollo
go.
also pays for his late so yeah, no, I get that. So my question is, okay, so I do have a question before we get out of here. What is religion like in Jamaica?
It's
Look,
mostly
another one. You know, I think
it's
you and Mario
Rastafari.
would get along.
It's mostly Rastafari, and I have a
Mm-hmm.
lot. I have mostly Rastafari friends.
Mm-hmm.
You have somewhat Christian, and that's basically it. And a little bit of Islam for the most
Mm-hmm.
part. That's it.
Okay, I know. I've looked it up, but can you just shortly explain for the audience if there's anybody watching who doesn't understand that Rastafari is a faith and lifestyle and all, like, just tell them what they need to know and where to start looking if they
If
want to
I'm not
understand.
mistaken, Rastafari is it's like a Moorish. It's similar to Moorish,
Mm-hmm.
which leads to the Hebrew Israelites. It's kind of like that because that's who we are. We actually Hebrew Israelites, different tribes of Israel, but that's what it leads to. It's all in the same for the most part.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know. There might be somebody who's watching the replay that they don't know, so that way they can start looking along that if they want to,
I-
Rollo's not
she
going to do a
says
whole history
everybody knows.
lesson.
Not everybody knows me. I don't know what she mean. Everybody knows me. I'm trying to figure out what she's saying.
Well, I mean, you're known in the spaces that I'm in over here, so I don't know. I mean, I feel like you're pretty known.
I gotta be very careful because I know there's a lot of ladies that's coming out the blue now to my channel all of a sudden
Mario,
in
we
a
are
good
not
way.
talking about that. Like, see, you need to just sit down somewhere because we are talking about being cultured and traveling, and ain't nobody talking about that today. So have several seats, Mario. That's what I'm not even gonna highlight that. Yeah, so Rollo, I just
Exactly.
the reason why I know you're not gonna do a whole history lesson. I just wanted you to tell people where they need to start looking if they don't know the answer to that.
First and foremost, get your passport and make sure
Right.
all the information is correct. Number one. And number two, before you travel to your pace, you're going to make sure your itinerary is correct. Make sure when you go to TSA that you give them your boarding pass ticket. They scan it. It goes through. Then everything you need, you put in your backpack or whatever you taking with you suitcase. Please, before you go to that country, see what you could bring into the country because there's certain things in certain countries they're not going to allow you to bring. That's another thing you have to know. So prior to you boarding, make sure you get food, depending on what airline you're on, because it might be a long travel. So as you're on the plane, you listen to the instructions, and probably 2 to 3 hours before you get there, make sure you have a pen.
Mm.
And in that information, they're gonna ask you for your first, last name, your middle initial, where you stay at. Make sure you have a contact emergency that they could contact the person just in case something happens. All right. You write down
Right.
where you going, how long you're gonna stay there for, and what's your reasoning for staying. It's gonna say vacation. It's gonna say some other stuff. So you put vacation. So prior to you boarding off the plane, make sure you got all your documents you need. You hold your passport, you hold your boarding pass, you get off, you follow the signs. So if you go to Jamaica, it's English. But if you go to another country, learn the side you have to be on. It's going to say Americanos. It's going to say something in Portuguese. You got to learn the dialogue or follow the people. Ask somebody that's been there for before. What line do we have to go on as American? So when you get to now with the COVID thing, they're going to basically check your temperature, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're under 100. And in most cases, they may ask you to sign some papers over, right? Because of this COVID. So you got to remember that. So you got to make sure all your documents is ready. Your phone is charged. Most importantly, have two phones if you can, but have your phones charged because the documents is going to be on a PDF. When you get there, they want to see that. So once you go through that, boom, you go through customs and they're going to ask you certain questions. Pick up your luggage. They're going to check your luggage in most cases. They select who they're going to check luggage. That's why I say it's important to know what you have in there. They're going to ask you if they ask you. And if they don't ask you, you get through, you get stamped, you're good to go.
So, Rollo, let me ask this: did you get the vaccine? Did you get the COVID vaccine?
I took the test,
Okay.
and they put it in your nose.
Hmm.
And here in New York, it's only take about 12 hours to get your results.
Well, the reason I ask that is because if you're traveling, like I don't know if they require that when you go someplace. Do you have
Yeah,
to?
yeah, they require you got to have a negative. You have to have a negative test to travel.
But they don't require the vaccine yet.
No, they haven't got to that part yet.
Okay, because a lot of places I'm seeing just randomly, I see signs where they offer for you to get free lamination, free printing, all this kind of stuff for your vaccination cards. And so I'm guessing at some point they were talking about having passports that were different colors for people who were vaccinated. A lot of stuff they're getting ready to tie this vaccine to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's definitely true.
Yeah, look, information man, it's coming soon. Yep, I figured as much. So I
But
didn't
it's
know,
gonna
like, if
happen.
you're planning on
What
moving to
they
a
but
whole
what they
different
well
country,
here's
do
the
you have to
thing
get
though,
it?
Topaz. That's only
Huh?
gonna happen. That's only gonna happen in Western cultures and Asian cultures. A lot of what you're considered second or third world countries are not going to do that yet. That's when the World War III is gonna happen. I just drop a jewel for y'all. How the World War III may end up happening is this: any country that's not going to do it like America, Asia, Europe, and certain parts of Africa is all in. But the Middle East, Mexico, certain islands, Central South America, they're not going to do that. And that's when the World
Okay.
War III is going to happen. They're
The
trying to get
vaccinated
everybody
versus the
indoctrinated.
unvaccinated.
So it's going to be more harder to probably enter in America in the near future than leaving America to go to certain countries.
Okay. Well, yeah, I just was curious because I've been hearing a lot of talk about it. I personally am still against it. So if that stops me from going to Jamaica, I just wanted to know. Now, my last question to you, Rollo, right? So what is the thing that people need to get used to either not having or having a whole lot of when you go to Jamaica? So like in terms of food, in terms of anything in a daily life here, what is something you need to just like kind of get used to not having when you get over there because it's not worth it to try to get it, or either something you need to get used to having a lot of when you get over there?
Well, food is not that, well, food has gone up right now because of this COVID. So depending on what type of person you are, to get food for like a month, it's gonna be like $150, 200 for one person. But if you like myself, it's gonna have to be more because of the ladies.
Hmm.
So if it's a family, you're talking about good 200, 250. It depends on who the person is and what they eat. Now, I will say this. The meat is still the meat. Now, have they have GMO over there? For the most part, yeah, because the Chinese people are taking over certain parts. But you could it's differentiate. You gotta go to the mama and papa shop. That's where the food is at. That's where the food is. That's where the real
Hmm.
food is at. And in those places, you get your food and you could eat once a meal a day. When I go there, I don't eat once a day, maybe twice a day. That's it. I'm good.
Wait, why?
Because the food's still natural. Because it's not GMO. Most of the food's not
Oh,
GMO.
okay. Okay, so it's like basically you're gonna see health benefits, and the food is gonna be different, and you're going to see like physical benefits.
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna. They only have like a few hospitals, and there's a reason for that because a lot of people don't get sick over there like that. But you can
Hmm.
get your own private doctor. Your own private doctor will run you 100 a month. You just have that on the side just in case for other reasons. Just pay 100 a month. You're good to go.
Hmm.
Get your private doctor.
Yeah, so that's another thing is like the insurance, I guess, or either medical care, stuff like that. It's still okay. Like you're not gonna miss out on anything.
No, it's good. You're good to go. You could. Matter of fact, I say the hospital, the medical staff is more in tune than probably most of the staff here in America because they don't. They deal with a lot, but they got some goddamn good doctors over there, men and women, doctors and nurses over there.
Hmm.
And it's one I'm trying to talk to, but we'll see where it goes. And she got her own establishment. and they may not make as much, but they really, that's why a lot of them come over here, because they know how to really run a hospital pretty good. They good with that. I give them that. They got some good doctors and nurses in Jamaica. Because I seen the babies, for the most part, come out healthy over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, and Mario has a good point. The food is better, so therefore you're not gonna have a whole lot of health issues, So I just needed to know. It was just curious. Like that's one of the things that I ask in places. Living in Houston with the biggest medical center, it's just something that I ask about. Am I gonna get the same thing over there? So not that I'm trying, like, I don't think that they just are just like this destitute country, right? I don't think that. But what I do think is culturally, some places they don't value, the same medical treatment. So if
Hmm.
they have that over there, they still believe the same thing. They can run a hospital over there. They come over here and they're great at running hospitals over here too. It's probably still kind of similar.
They don't have them. They don't have that much stress as
Yeah,
they
it
do
sounds
over
like.
here. They don't have that much stress. But what they doing now is trying to put more stress on them because of this COVID. They don't have. They lying about, a lot of Jamaicans don't have COVID like that, like they do in other islands. They are very low in cases. It's the cases coming from other places.
Mm-hmm.
People coming from other places that have homes there, like from the UK or the Canadians or some of the people from America. It's mostly in those hospitals. There's some Jamaicans got the cases, yeah, but not compared to here of our people that's in America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so Queen of the South, that's a country that she would move to if she wasn't here. So it does sound like it's a lot less stress. It's a lot more free. It's a lot more blunt, straight to the point. It does sound like it's a place where black people should start paying attention to.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Rollo, let me ask you, do you have anything you feel like we didn't talk about that might be helpful for people to know if they were getting ready to
I
go
just
see?
want people to be healthy. I want people to see the world and get the taste of your reality and stop being scared. And ladies, you go with your friends that you trust. Listen and listen good, because this is very important. Know your friends. Know your friends, ladies,
Yeah.
because people will kind of try you if you're not aware. You can have fun, but you gotta know who you're dealing with when you go to these places. Don't be a show off, and you'll be all right.
Yeah,
Cause
so just be like a decent person. They're not really asking for much.
yeah, they will show you. Listen, I'm gonna say this: everywhere is good and bad, but at the end of the day, they will show you more love than you probably ever had here in this country, and it's unbelievable. Through the goods and bad in that place that's going on right now with the shutdown, and they telling people not to leave. There's a lot of uproar, and rightfully so. I just told my ladies, I gave them certain things what they needed to do. I want to be there, but I can't, because they basically is shut down for the week, because the prime minister, I don't want to get into the politic thing. That's one thing I want you guys, don't get into the politic thing when you go to another country. But when I do get there, I'm going to have to eventually learn that landscape. But
Hmm.
that's not the reason I'm going there for. But if I'm going to become a dual citizenship, I have to know those type of things, especially when it comes to investment in business, because I take that very serious.
Okay, so you are going to be dual citizenship.
Yes.
Okay. And I mean, is there anything we do need to know about the politics there?
Don't wear orange and green certain times. You get your ass kicked.
What? Oh, okay. Yeah, see, now that's interesting. I had no idea that that was a thing.
Yeah, they take their orange and green and very serious. I was there in 2014. That's the guy that's in right now, and he's the orange, which is liberal and green is conservative. Okay,
Okay.
so the ex I was dealing with told me, which I already knew. She said, "Don't wear orange and green. If you're not one of those, they will check you." They are crazy with their politics over there more than we are in America. They go crazy. They go ham. You see nothing but orange and green. Whew, it's not a joke. So don't wear that during politician season. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is some good information. So now listen, once you get over there, are you gonna come back and do another interview about what you're doing every day? Because I do want to see
It's so fast. I'll be over there soon.
it. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Look, Rallo, look, no. We finna go ahead and end this live stream.
Mario
And
said
thank
he
you
was a.
so
He
much.
said Mario said that he was a Japanese citizenship. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
That's why I wanted to put it up there because see, I think you and Mario would get along. Y'all actually have a lot in common. I don't know
That's
if
what's
you've
up.
ever been on a panel with him or talked to him or anything, but yeah, like y'all have a lot in common in terms of personality. And then Joe has lived in other places as well. So all of the people
Yeah.
that were putting up their travel information and stuff, like everything they learned from that, I was putting that on the screen too.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, thanks, Queen. I try to. I don't like. I like us to have fun and also to have some stuff that's classy too. So
So Topaz, Toto and them.
total.
The song, the R&B Toto.
I know the group. Yeah.
Hmm. We gonna talk about this industry another time.
Okay, you know what, Rello? Because I had a music panel earlier and you didn't come through. You could have been telling us a whole lot of stuff. I know you got a lot of different experiences, so I feel like you holding out. You need to let it out, Rollo. We need to hear this.
No, listen. I ain't really do anything like that in the industry like that. I just have my fun with the ladies and chilling, and that's about it. That's
Okay.
all I'm
Well, you know,
gonna
it
say on
sounds like a
that.
very peaceful life.
It was wild those days. Me and Big Bang Theory, Priya, you
Hmm.
know, uh, Fat Joe and them recently, Papoose, I know them personally and his entourage, and Remy Ma. I got to meet his wife for the first time when they had a thing in Astoria when I had my valet business. There was a couple of people that worked for me that was in the industry. I still got connects with certain people, but that's as far as I'm gonna go with that. Just hope
Hmm.
DMX get through. You know, that's
Okay.
that's that's the real dude, man. DMX. He really
Yeah. No,
helped a lot of people.
I had the alerts. So there is different people saying they've taken him off life support, and then there's people saying he's still on there. I don't, I don't know which one is actually correct.
Yeah, yeah.
But my question is, I also haven't found out how they found him. So, like, he got a fiance, so maybe his fiance found him. Like, when he actually had the overdose and had the heart attack, like, did somebody find him, or how did they
Yeah,
get to that?
they trying to, you know what, but we're not gonna get into that, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Maddie Ghost is right about that.
Hmm.
Oh, she's studying me too much.
No, see, Queen knows she be knowing what's up, Rollo. So, I mean, I think she believes you. So you good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying in a good way. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so I do want to thank you, Rollo, for coming through with the interview. This was very amazing. If you think of
Did
any
the
other
people
topics,
did the people hit your cash app?
no, they didn't. But it's okay. I don't do it for the cash app. Just as long as
It's
maybe
all
somebody in the
good.
replay gang will.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Hmm.
Yeah. See, she said yes in a good way.
Yep.
Okay, so I want to thank everybody that came through in the chat. Rollo, I want to thank you for being able to come up and talk about this because, I mean, I do want to know more. I've never been to Jamaica, so I would like to know more about it. It does always seem
It's
so
better to show you than I
relaxing.
could tell you. So
Huh?
you will get to see it soon.
Okay.
It's better to show you than I could tell you. Hmm.
Okay, and so you heard Brandon the third trying to play you up there yesterday, right? So I
Hmm.
did let them know you did not. but we'll talk about it. Anyway, thank y'all for coming through. Have a good evening. It's Happy Easter. Learning some traveling things on Easter on the holiday. So y'all have
Thank
a
y'all for
great
tuning in. All right,
evening.
later.
Bye, y'all.